is Leetcode number 815, bus routes. We are given a function that takes in routes array, a source, and a target. Now, the first thing we want to do is to see if source equals to target, then we return 0 because um, we didn't have to take any buses. Now, there are 4 things that we want to instantiate. We want to instantiate a visited set. We want to, 3 things we want to instantiate. Visited, which is new set. And actually, we want to add source to be in the visited set. Next, we want to set a Boolean called added, and set it to be true, and then we want to set a count to be equal to 0. Now we have a while loop. While added, which is the Boolean we defined earlier, the first thing we want to do, added equals to false, and we want to increment counter. We also want to instantiate a temporary array, which is going to be empty. And now for the current I, which is the I in routes, we want to do 2 for loops. The reason for the 2 for loops is because we want to see if visited contains the current routes of ij. This means that we need to go ahead and actually put all of the routes of I into the visited set. Because if there's a route, let's say if there's an array 1, 2, 3, that means that if we've seen 1 in it, that means 1 can travel to 2 and 3. And if there's another array with 3, 4, 5, and we see that, oh, 3 exists, then that means 3 can go to the second array to get to 3, 4, 5. So if visited has routes of I is j, there are actually 4 things we want to do. We want to first push into the temporary array routes of I. We want to push all the elements into that. And then we want to break out of the inner j loop. So we want to set j equal to be routes of I dot length. The third thing we want to do is set added to true because we want to continue. And finally, we want to set routes of I equal to be empty array. This is because we don't want to consider what was in routes of I already because we've already pushed it potentially into the visited set. Now, outside of the double for loop, we want to loop through the elements of temp, and then we want to add them to visited. After that, we want to check to see, does visited have the target? If so, we return the count. Otherwise, outside of the while loop, we will return -1. And that is the solution to this problem.